Get prepared to launch your client maintenance workflow in advance of AEP. If you know me at all, you know how much I love workflows. This one, as with all workflow videos, will blow your mind or fry it. So curl up with a cup of tea or something stronger. In this tutorial, we're going to create a workflow with a client questionnaire template email, call queues, and text messages for client AEP check-ins. First thing we'll need to do is to create a tag in Settings, Account Tags, Edit. Add a tag of AEP Not Yet Selected. Add tag. Why did we just do that? Because that will be the trigger that sets off the workflow. And by removing that tag when the client does choose their elections or when they just schedule an appointment with you, they'll be removed from that workflow, so they'll no longer be bothered by marketing messages. Now, let's create the call queues that you'll want to incorporate into the workflow. Go to Settings, Phone Dialer and Call Queues, Edit. Go to the Call Queues tab. Let's add in AEP Clients Check-in. Put it toward the bottom of the list, as I'll still want to see my leads call queues first in my list. So sort order 10. I'll let it be available to all users, but you can assign it to just one or multiple agents. Add call queue. Now go to Settings, Automated Workflows, Edit, Add Workflow. Let's name this Client AEP Check-ins. We'll leave Stop Workflow checked, so any clients with the tag removed no longer get marketing. Select for Clients. Select Tagged With and choose the tag AEP Not Yet Selected. Save the workflow to set that trigger. Now we can add actions. Last week, we created a template in Drips to verify the client's data and set appointments for elections. So let's add an action. Select the email option. Let's send it 1 minute after the trigger has been pulled. Choose to send it to the lead or the client. Select the email template, Client AEP Questionnaire. Save action. Now let's add an action of Add to Call Queue. Maybe 3 days later, so you have a chance to deal with the email responses. Choose the queue of AEP Clients Check-in. Save action. Let's also set an auto remove from the call queue. Add action. Remove from call queue 3 months later in case you don't get in touch with them at all. From the AEP Clients Check-in. Save action. Add another action of Send Text. Let's do 2 weeks after the first trigger of the tag. You can really do any time period that you want, but I'm just giving suggestions. To the lead or client, let's personalize with the snippets. Again, a reminder that they say lead first name and such, but it's really lead or client field names. So let's say, hi first name. Schedule a time with me at Calendly example to choose your 2021 elections for your policies. I look forward to speaking with you agent name. Scroll down and save action. I almost forgot a super important action. Add action. Remove this tag, let's say 96 days later. So that way, all of those people that are still in that AAP not yet contacted get removed automatically from this workflow. So that way, next year, you can re-tag them and trigger it. So that way, you can just utilize this template and then maybe just change this number of this 2021 elections. So you'll change it to 2022. So this way, you can use this in the future and you don't need to rebuild it. So definitely remove that tag after the election period is over. You can keep on adding other emails, texts, and so on in this workflow, but let's leave this as it is. How will we trigger this? My advice is to go to Calendar. Add an event. Description should be set client tag to trigger AAP workflow. Let's do this on October 9th so that we get some of those appointments scheduled and the client maintenance questionnaire back from them prior to open enrollment starting. I'll choose for everyone, although you can just set it for one person to handle it all if they're an admin who can see all leads and clients, but I'll choose everyone. The category is generic task. In notes, you can write the instructions, go to clients, scroll down, change to 250 per page, then scroll up to select all and bulk update to a tag of AAP not yet selected and submit. Add task. You'll then get notified on the 9th or whenever you set it for to remind you to trigger that workflow. So let's go ahead and see how you'll do that. Go to clients, scroll down to change to 250 per page, then scroll back up, select all and bulk update to a tag of AAP not yet selected. Submit. Note that if you have clients with products other than health or Medicare, you can specify the coverage type as well in this filter set so that it doesn't trigger for clients without that coverage. Now, if you look in a client file, you'll see the pending workflow actions, and in notes, you'll see what has been completed. I'm going to manually add a few people to that call queue so that I can show you how agents will remove people from that workflow when the appointment is set. Okay, now I go to the call queue. I'll launch my dial queue since I've got the VIOP plan. So let's say I schedule with this client and I update their information. I now scroll down and I remove the tag of AAP not yet selected with this little X so that the other actions don't happen. You can also tag them back in and re-trigger that workflow. If you also want to generate a campaign for leads with a tag of AAP not yet selected, go ahead and do so. Make sure that those email templates and texts are specific to the fact that they're leads rather than clients. Get creative and build these things out now. So all you need to do is trigger the workflow to get all that juicy AAP action out to your clients and leads.